Shannon, did you like the way the Texans responded yesterday?
Short of them not playing the game, Skip, I don't really know what else they could have done. I love the way DeAndre Hopkins and Foreman handled it by walking out of practice on Friday, letting the owner know that this is unacceptable and we're not buying your BS apology. Mr. McNair will never have the same relationship with his black players as he had before these comments came out. And it should be expected. And people are like, well, that's just a figure of speech. There are a lot of things that are figure of speeches that people said in years past that if you utter those now, they would be deemed reprehensible. Mm-hmm. And this is one of those. Now, and see, the thing is with an apology, Skip, if I say something wrong, if I do something wrong, guys, I offended people. And I can understand how these comments were taken, and I'm sorry for offending you. I'm not going to make an excuse of what I was trying to say, because then it comes off as like, I'm really not sorry, but I'm apologizing that it got out. See, this is what I really meant to say. He said he was meaning to say that the league office are making decisions without the owners. But first of all, the owners are the league. So what policy are they making that you're not involved in?
So he's trying to say the league offices are the inmates.
Inmates.
Okay.
Which you and I both know that's not the case.
Not the case.
And in the situation where you're trying to show the players, especially the black players, because this is mainly what the issue that they're talking about, and for you to say this. And I don't know how it got out, because you and I both thought that he made these comments as they were sitting around discussing it with the coalition, the Malcolm Jenkins, the Kenny Stills, the Eric Reeves. But he made this comment around 32 other owners and the commissioner, and I guess Troy Vincent was the only black that was in the room.
Yep.
As to what I'm gathering now.
Yep.
How this got out is unbeknownst to me.
Well,
but
ESPN just reported.
Yes, what I'm saying. Yeah. So somebody had to tell something, because it's hard for me to believe that the reporters were in the room. Mm-hmm. Now, they might have been. That's not the here nor there either, Skip. See, I got a problem. I got a problem with what he said, but I got a bigger problem with what Tony Dungy did. Because this is what I'm starting to see, Joe, and I don't know if you noticed it. Maybe I'm the only one, Skip.
I think I know what you're going to say.
I noticed that when a white male says something, does something, they'll trot out one of the most prominent blacks in that said field to catch him. But when a black does something, says something, not only will they let him hit the ground, they'll jump on top of him to make sure he's on the ground. Now, Cam Newton uttered something dumb just a few weeks ago. Tony Dungy did not say Cam has a good heart. We know before. It's not like Cam says, well, I expected you to offer me a recipe for some breakfast or some dish, but you out here breaking down and diagramming plates. Now, okay. But he chuckled and made slight of it, and everybody said, oh, that's sexist. Okay, I get it, and it was. Dannon dropped him immediately. I'm anxious to see how many sponsors leave the Houston Texans. I'm disappointed in Coach Dungy because he said he knows his heart. Now, I don't know what type. Now, if he said Mr. Irsay, he knows his heart. Mr. Glazer, I think he's passed away. He knew his heart. Oh, Mr. Rooney, because he played in that organization. Yep. I get it. He has no relationship with him. But let me tell you something what the Bible says, and Tony is very proficient in the Bible. It says, from the abundance of heart, the mouth speaks. His mouth spoke what his heart felt.
Mm-hmm. That's a positive statement in the Bible, but you're looking at it the other way. It can also speak negatively.
Yeah. Yes. So he said he knows his heart. Yes. Yeah. This is his heart. His heart spoke this. That's the problem that I have. Coach Dungy has been very outspoken on Colin Kaepernick. Very outspoken. Mike Vick's going to come on here a little later. There's no question in my mind. Michael Vick is a different man today than he was before he went and did what he did. Yep. There's no question about it.
I agree with that.
Tony Dungy stood lock, stock, and barrel with him. Helped him get back in the league because when everybody called, Tony Dungy vouched for him. But every turn, he's tried to put another nail in Colin Kaepernick's coffin. And I'm so disappointed in him because this is what we see. See, Tony, we need you to do us a favor. We need you to go say, because think about it, Tony carries a lot of cachet. The first black to win a Super Bowl in the NFL. He's a Hall of Famer, so he carries a lot of weight. And the black, well, Tony Dungy said it must be okay. No. Don't you let them trot you out there. They called in a favor. I know what they did. They called in a favor. Tony, we need you to vouch for this one. And I'm disappointed. I'm also disappointed because what we're starting to see, Skip, and the players are starting to see what you and I have been seeing a long time ago. The owners don't care about this issue. The owners want you to stand up because the sponsors and the fans are complaining and they're losing money. See, and people say, well, Shannon, what do you want the owners to do? What do you want the general managers to do? I want them to do what my very, very good friend John Elway did. When Neil Gorsuch came up for the Supreme Court, he wrote a letter to Congress on Bronco stationery saying what a great man and how well of a job he would do. So they want those owners and those general managers to use their influence, to use their contacts to say, you know what, we need to get legislation changed. Because guess what they do, Skip? You ever seen an owner in the community when they want a stadium built? They go to those legislators and they pass tax to increase taxes on hotel rooms and taxes on other things so they can get that stadium built. So the players want you to use your influence and your contacts to help them get this legislation at the local, state, and national level about the brutalization of black, unarmed black men and women in America. So I'm disappointed all the way around, but I'm really disappointed because Mr. McNair, he spoke his heart. He spoke it and it came out and now he's upset. I don't want to hear about this. Well, he hired Rick Smith. There's a lot of, Skip, you know this.
You're talking about his black
general manager. And I know Rick. Called him Slick. I gave him the nickname Slick. But that's neither here nor there. Skip, you know Strom Thurmond. He was a devout.
I don't know him, but I know of him.
He was a devout segregationist. But he had no problem sleeping with an underage black and having a child. So you see how just because someone hires someone, that doesn't absolve him. I hate when people, well, my best friend, look, if you can count your friends that are black or Hispanic or Asian, you telling me everything I need to know.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Be sure to check out more of the best clips from Undisputed, or go watch a few segments from the newest show on FS1, First Things First, with Chris Carter and Nick Wright.